really hard. I should have studied harder last night. I wish Bobby wasn't going away to college next fall. I wonder what I'll do when I finish high school.
Why don't my parents stop bugging me about a career? I don't know what I want to do.
So I'm going to get a basketball scholarship. That's great, but I already know I'm not good enough to play pro ball. So what will I do in college?
I'm tired of being broke all the time. When I get out of school, I want a job where I can earn some real money.
Who says you have to go to school to learn new things? I'm good at stuff I can touch. I want to work with machines.
I want a real career, something challenging. I'm 16 years old, and I still don't know what I want to do with my life. I want to meet new people, get a job where I'm not sitting behind a desk all day. When I get out of school, I want a job where I can be creative.
So what will I do in college?
I want to work with machines.
Wonder what I'll do when I finish high school. Get a job where I'm not sitting behind a desk all day.
Questions about what to do with your life. Everyone has them. You want more than just a job. You want challenge, excitement, the chance to keep learning, to use your own special talents. No single answer is right for everyone. But there is a choice you should know more about. An exciting field that offers more than you may realize. If you're thinking about your future these days, you owe it to yourself to think about graphic communications. The craft and technology of graphic communications is print, something that touches our lives every single day. Print surrounds us. It's there in the things you read for pleasure and the things you have to read to get ahead, and the instructions that come with every product you purchase. Billions of things are printed every week. Without print, the world would be a very confusing place. So it's no surprise that printing is one of America's biggest industries. More than 1 million people work in graphic communications today, in more than 53,000 businesses and thousands of in-plant shops, and that number's growing all the time. In fact, printing is the second largest industry by dollar volume of shipments in the United States. And while many companies involved in graphic communications are large corporations, most companies employ less than 20 people. And new printing companies are going into business every day. Even so, the industry isn't growing fast enough to keep up. There's an all-increasing demand for printed material every year, from mail-order catalogs to magazines, from newspapers to notebooks. And new technologies are accelerating the need for additional expert craftsmen, managers, salespeople, and technicians. Today's printing industry has an exploding demand for you. Where could you fit into this fast-paced, growing industry? To begin with, there's a lot more to graphic communications than printing presses. There are major career opportunities in every phase of the printing process. In telecommunications, computer operations, typesetting, layout, preparation, press operation, sales and management. Not to mention the engineers, designers, computer programmers, and research and development specialists involved in manufacturing equipment for the industry. And for you entrepreneurs, printing is still one industry where someone who wants to start his own business has a good chance for success. The United States Bureau of Labor predicts that 20% more people will be needed in the printing and publishing industry within the next decade. Let's take a closer look at the field of graphic communications to see which part of this rapidly growing industry might interest you. Every print job moves through 3 basic stages. During the pre-press stage, words, photographs, and artwork are created and combined into designs for the printed page. In the press room, these images are transferred to paper and other materials by a variety of techniques. Finally, in the bindery, the finished job is trimmed to size, folded, bound, counted, and packaged for delivery. Throughout the printing process, the use of sophisticated computers makes the capabilities of graphic communication more exciting than ever before. The words that go into a print job are often entered through a computer keyboard. The operator can choose among many type styles, margins, sizes, and special effects. Today's typography, the art of printed letters and words, helps make printed communication effective and attractive. Photographs also play a crucial role, and recreating photographs on the printed page involves some of today's most advanced technology. Color printing is one of the most exciting areas in graphic communications today. But before any color job can go on the printing press, a lot of very complex and technical work has to be done.
It's amazing to realize that all color printing, even the most beautiful and complicated photographs, is done usually with only 4 colors. A color scanner, like the one I work with, uses a laser beam to analyze a photograph. It figures out how much black, blue, red, and yellow the photo contains. Then it converts the photo into patterns of dots in those 4 colors. When those dots are printed in the right order, we can recreate the colors of the photograph.
Eventually, information from the scanner will be turned into 4 printing press plates. With tiny dots of just 4 ink colors, black, blue, red, and yellow, any color photo can be reproduced. The scanner can also store data from the photograph in a computer's memory. Once the original image has been stored in the computer, there's almost no limit to what can be done with it. Through up-to-the-minute technology, designers can create totally new images or modify existing ones to meet a client's needs exactly. Colors can be altered, photographs can be merged, positions changed. The designer executes complete control over the manipulation of art, from the smallest details to the most crucial parts of a photo. Huge cameras are used to combine type and photos into single film negatives, which will be the basis for the printing press plates. In offset printing, creating plates is the final step before the job reaches the press. In this process, the image to be printed is transferred onto a metal plate and chemically developed, just as a photo would be. The finished plate is mounted in the correct position on the press. Now the image on the plate is ready to be transferred to paper. This is the most familiar part of the printing process, but it's often the least time-consuming. In the printing stage, high-quality pre-press work has to be translated into a high-quality finished product, a demanding and critical task.
Practically everybody in the printing industry is growing with the technology. You just have to keep learning in this business throughout your career, because the technology for the different printing processes changes so fast.
Not so long ago, inking on the press had to be adjusted by hand. If the finished products were coming out too red, the operator had to adjust the ink flow manually, using separate keys. Today, the operator takes a finished sheet, and this machine, hooked up to a computer, compares the finished sheet to values stored in the computer. The computer's memory holds the correct values for everything from color intensity to the proper placement of the 4-color images. If the sheets coming off the end of the press don't match the values in the computer's memory, the press control system adjusts itself automatically in a few seconds.
A printing press like this one costs a lot of money, and the only way to keep it profitable is to keep it running, doing one job after another. That means getting the press ready as quickly as possible, getting the best quality right from the beginning of a job, not wasting ink or paper, and being ready to move on to the next job as soon as the current job is finished.
Computers have made big contributions to achieving these things, but the operator is the key to the system. A skilled, trained operator is still the press room's biggest advantage. But because of the printing industry's continued rapid growth, there just aren't enough skilled operators to go around. And that means there's plenty of room for smart, hard-working young people to move up. Companies, government agencies, and other organizations are demanding more and more printed material. To meet that demand and to grow, printing companies need more people who can manage these complicated systems and turn out the best possible product.
Today, there's probably no area of the printing process that's changing as much or as fast as the bindery. Take this trimmer. While it's working on cutting these sheets of paper, its computer memory has already been programmed with the specifications for the next job. A job that hasn't even reached the bindery yet.
Bindery tasks are critical because a mistake here wastes finished copies, and that costs a lot of money. So today's bindery specialists call on all the skill and technology at their command to do it right the first time. When it comes to job opportunities in the printing industry, the hands-on jobs we've looked at so far are just the beginning. The field of graphic communications needs good people in every kind of position. Customer service representatives, for example. They're an important link between the complex technology of printing and a customer who may not understand the printing process at all.
Sometimes a customer has no idea of how many options are available for a print job. It's up to me to help the customer understand all these choices. I can use a computer to help me estimate costs and keep me advised of the status of every job. But I also need to know the printing process in depth and to really like working with people. After all, to our customers, I am the company.
There are always opportunities for people with a background in business in the graphic communications industry. Managing a printing company or one of its complex departments is a demanding job that requires a good business education, a knack for motivating people, and the ability to make shrewd business decisions. The rapidly expanding technology of telecommunications is having a revolutionary impact on the printing industry. Today, it's common for a typesetting shop to receive a client's input from a microcomputer diskette created in the client's own word processing system. Material for typesetting can even be fed over the telephone, and words aren't the only things that can be handled that way. An important news photo can be taken on one coast and put into a computer's memory on the spot with a color scanner. Then the photo can be transmitted by satellite to the main office of a newspaper or magazine, using technology developed to send photos back from the moon. The photo appears on the display screen, ready for whatever sizing or touch-up is required. So super-fast telecommunications makes print communications faster, better, and more immediate. In fact, the printing industry is being strongly affected by nearly every major area of technological research and development today. Producing this steady stream of new products is an entire industry in itself. More than 1,000 companies produce equipment and supplies for the graphic arts industry. From computerized typesetting systems to huge, super-fast multicolored presses to the films, plates, and countless supplies the industry uses. The shipments and orders of these products represent billions of dollars every year. The companies that make equipment and supplies for the printing industry range from small establishments that employ less than 20 people to huge firms employing more than 2,000 people. Throughout the past decade, the companies that manufacture printing equipment and supplies have generated a succession of dramatic technological advances that have transformed the printing industry into the space-age business it is today. The National Printing Equipment and Supply Association, NPES, is one of the organizers of national and international expositions, where manufacturers and printing industry professionals can meet to see new developments and exchange ideas. It's easy to see that this growing multi-billion-dollar industry also requires a reliable supply of new talent. Engineers, physicists, chemists, marketing specialists, systems analysts, and technicians, as well as managers at all levels of business. You may be wondering how best to use your education to create a challenging, satisfying career for yourself. Well, whether your background and interests lead you to a college degree or a technical education, you can find the challenge you're looking for in graphic communications. You'll find pay levels as high or higher than in most other industries. You'll find the work secure, with few layoffs, because printing continues to be a healthy and growing industry. There are technical, vocational, and college programs throughout the United States that can help you prepare for a career in graphic communications. Or you may be eager to get a head start on a career filled with security, high pay, job satisfaction, and solid opportunities to advance in your field. Or even to start your own company someday. Whatever your career goals, you owe it to yourself to take a long, careful look at the world of graphic communications. You might start in your own community by touring a local printing plant. The printing industry is active almost everywhere in America, and most people like to talk about their work. Ask questions. See firsthand what choices are open to you and what kind of training they require. Graphic communications, an industry that touches all our lives every day. A big and growing industry, and one that's being revolutionized by advanced technology. It's an industry that needs new people, like you. Print could be the answer to those questions and doubts about your future. The key to the career you've dreamed of.
It's a good job with good pay.
Some guys I know are worried about layoffs, but we're hiring more people.
Someday, I'm going to have my own shop. The boss did it. Why can't I?
It's good to know I'm not stuck here. I can move up, have a real career.
Why don't you check into the world of graphic communications today? Your community may have a chapter of the Printing Industries of America, the International Club of Printing House Craftsmen, or the National Association of Litho Clubs. Or you can contact the National Association of Printers and Lithographers. You can write to the Education Council of the Graphic Arts Industry or the Graphic Arts Technical Foundation. The foundation, with the cooperation of the Graphic Arts Education and Research Foundation, offers a number of booklets on career opportunities in the graphic arts, as well as information about schools, scholarships, college, university, and technical programs in which you may be interested.